easy it is to do it in the States, but here it's more complicated. Your effort won't be that much harder, but our effort will be. You go to our website, Today Islam, and look on the page. It says Free Quran. At the top of the page, look for Free Quran, and then click on that link and send us email. I have no idea how long it's going to take to send it, because it's going to have to come, what they call over the water. What do they call that kind of shipping? Huh?
Ocean freight.
Ocean freight? Snail mail. Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. Muhammad, who is the president of the Muslim Association here, Islamic Association, we made an agreement with him to send a whole case. That I didn't even tell him how many we were going to send yet. I just told him we were going to send them. But he should have those whenever the snail mail gets here. And how long do you think it will take?
Take about 1 month.
1 month?
Yes.
So at that time, what I'd like for you to do right now, before you leave tonight, write your name, your telephone number, and your address on a piece of paper. I forgot to say that in the talk, that we do provide free Qurans. We send them all over the world. It asked me the question why I changed to Islam. This story is on the internet itself. It's 16 pages or something when you print out the whole thing. Obviously you don't want me to use the rest of the night just to talk about that. So I'm going to tell you, go to the Today Islam website and read the story, print it out, and read it for yourself. Bottom line is, I never felt like that I really left Christianity. I felt like I became a better Christian because I learned who Jesus really was and what His message was, and I'm worshiping the God that Jesus worshipped. I'm sorry that's a short answer, but if you'll go read it, it gives the whole story, how I came to Islam, how a Catholic priest came to Islam with us, and my wife and my father, about 1/4, maybe more of my family came to Islam, and the others stayed Christian. Because we come from a family that's been Christian since before there was recorded history in our family. So we built churches in America and in England, so, they're not all ready to just walk away yet. But maybe they will. I'm not trying to be smart aleck with anybody, okay? But I'm going to tell you, the Quran means that which is recited. It is not a book. If somebody has a book, it has a representation of Quran, that is not Quran. Explanation: if you have a dollar bill in your pocket, it says $1. But you have another dollar bill that says $100. Are they worth exactly the same, yes or no? No. Yes, they are. The paper is the same, the ink is the same, the difference is the value people gave it, right? Right or wrong? So the money only represents something to the people, but it's not the real wealth. The wealth is somewhere else. The gold, the silver, or whatever backs up that dollar is somewhere else. The Quran is not here, it's somewhere else. It's with Allah. When you recite it and say it, you're saying it, you're representing it. Some of us, we recite it with a better voice than others. And some of us make more mistakes than others. Just bring it. And what you will bring me is a translation of the Bible in a language. But if I ask you to please, I brought the original Quran, could you please bring the original Bible? And the answer is you can't. And that's why so many Catholic priests have become Muslim. Because they realized, wait a minute, what am I doing? What am I saying? Because it's the same message. It's not different. But there is a difference in who controls everything. There is no church in Islam that pays money to a bigger church that pays money to a bigger church. There is no such thing in Islam. The money that I told you that the wealthy have to pay has to be given to the poor and the orphans. There's no such thing as a big, huge place collecting up billions and billions of dollars in Islam. Never was, never will be. So wealth is a big, important thing to human beings, but it means nothing to God. He doesn't need your money. So the true religion of God says what? Give your charity to the people that need it. And so that's what we do. Just open up your heart. Like our brother said when we started, make your heart like a parachute. Because that's the only way it's going to do any good, is if it's open. Open yourself to this message. I did. And think about it. They're looking at everybody else, trying to decide what they are. Don't blame Islam for what Muslims do. That answers your question about terrorism, doesn't it? Don't blame a religion for what people do. How many of you heard of Oklahoma City? Anybody ever heard of a place called Oklahoma City? Okay, there was a federal building that blew up there in 1996. Immediately they said Muslims did it, and they were dressed in Arab garb, and they were heading for Mexico. Now that's 1,500 miles away. How do they know they're going to Mexico? But guess what? It wasn't a Muslim. It was a man by the name of Timothy McVeigh. How many of you know what his religion was? He was Catholic. And nobody made the Pope write an excuse for him either. And I don't blame the Catholic Church for what he did. Do you? He did it on his own, didn't he? Nobody went and looked in the Bible and said, where did he get that from, did they? Duh. Which religion is correct? Jewish, Christian, or Islam? I don't know. I blame myself for this because it means I didn't make a very good presentation for you. I just got through telling you that there's no religion going to be acceptable to God except the one that He sent. That's what Islam means. Jesus submitted to God. He said, I only do what God sent me to do. Isn't that right? Did He? He said, I do the will of the Father. Did He say that? Yes or no? Yes. What does that mean? It means Islam. So He was a what? A what? Go ahead, say it. It's an Arabic word. You can say it. He was a Muslim. So they're all right at the time they came, but people changed them and called them by a place, a thing, or a person. We believe that all religions came from God. We believe that there was only one religion and one message, but people kept changing it so they could control other people. They manipulated it so they could take the money, the power, and enslave the people. This is what we believe. One God, one religion. People changed it. I want to just say I want to submit. Who cares? It's not an Arabic contest. In fact, the only contest is between you and your own. It's called nafs in Arabic. Between you and your heart. You got to give up some of the things of this world so you get a share in the next world. It's a little bit expensive, but it's worth it. So the only religion is the one God sent.